Recording in progress.
Okay, board members, we have a 10 p.m. Ending time, so we will be probably asking you for a motion to extend. Well, but let's keep moving through just so we can determine how much time we might be needing to ask for that. We are back to, we are back to our agenda, and we are back then to public forum. Public forum, we will be limiting tonight because of the time constraint. Missy, I know you have a clock for us to work with so that we can help. It's a visual, so we can help without having to say, 1 minute left or whatever, so that you guys that are here in the room will be able to see it. But I also understand that we have individuals that may be via Zoom who also wished to speak. If you know that you have a topic that is a common topic and can combine, then that's always welcomed. You can have more than one person come up to the table. If it is more than one person, then we will extend the time accordingly to that. So if you can consolidate in that way, that would be helpful. So if I get at this. All right, when the 20, I'm going to do 20 minutes. When the 20 minutes elapses, then whoever got to speak. The others that did not have an opportunity to speak, please submit whatever you were doing or working from, like your notes or whatever you might have. Please submit those in writing to us so that it can be distributed to the board members that are in attendance. Missy, do we have cards and do we have any rank order in that, or is that just the way things have come in?
Yeah, so most of them have been, I don't have any cards for anybody that filled one out. If you did, I did not receive one. So I got all online entry and submissions, and they were time-stamped.
Okay.
So we can certainly go by those that we received first. I do know that some folks, unfortunately, we're not allowed to, or we're not able to stay, so they, of course, have left, and we'll be providing written testimony some other way. So if they're not here, we'll just move on to the next.
Perfect.
The next individual.
That you could help us get through?
I'd be happy to.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Yep. Okay, so I guess we're going to get this going. So the first one that we received was from Michael Miller, and Michael Miller is online, so I will go ahead and promote this individual over to as a panelist.
And I did forget to read our statement for public forum, which is a requirement for the process. During the public forum section of the agenda, individuals are welcome to share constructive feedback on district operations and programs. The purpose of this agenda item is for you to inform about reviews. By board policy, the board will not hear comments regarding any district staff member, and the use of appropriate respectful language is expected. Board members will not respond to public comment and will refer matters of operation and programming to the superintendent. Your statements should be concise and will be limited to 3 minutes, and our administrative assistant will be monitoring that for us. Please address your remarks to me as the board chair and not any of the specific board members nor in the public. Thank you. Please state your name and spelling, if that is helpful, any association with the school district. Thank you for listening to that. And Mr. Miller?
Yes, are you able to hear me?
Yes, thank you. And
All right, wonderful.
thank you. We'll let you know within a few seconds of the 30 minutes. Okay, we'll try very hard to be concise with you.
All right, well, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I've been waiting to do so. I was there to acknowledge my soccer players and their accomplishments, and I wanted to stick around to speak on behalf. My association with the district is both a graduate, a community member. My parents still live in the house I grew up in, right next to the bus barns. I fell asleep many a Friday nights as a kid listening to the fight song of the football games going on past my bedtime. And I am deeply indebted to the Centennial District, which is why I'm still continuing to stick around both here on this call and within the district itself as an employee. I work for the digital arm of Centennial CVA, and I wanted to speak to you guys just real quickly about what CVA does and what is possible with CVA. With CVA, the Virtual Academy, it is possible to meet the fluctuating demands of workload assignments and programmatic bandwidth issues to deal with the periodical influx of students in and out of the district. One of the major models of businesses in this day and age is to have a flexible workflow or a flexible workforce. CVA provides that buffer to deal with the overflow and influx of students who come in maybe at the middle or tail end of a grading period and provide them with an opportunity to find academic success. CVA also makes it possible to meet the variable missing pieces of our students' transient academic journey as they come into and return to our school along the way to graduation. We also offer academic credit in the most efficient and low-cost method available to the district, both in regards to our overhead costs and the need for dynamic scheduling components. With CVA, we have a seasoned and valuable educators that understand the whole child concept, provide the potential support of an alternative placement program without the roll-up costs of another physical location. The ability to respond to and create solutions for real-time enrollment overages, providing the required complement of academic offerings while simultaneously grounding the student with reliable and accredited instruction is paramount to what we are able to provide to the Centennial School District. All of these things that CVA can do, and actually are already doing, can only continue to exist if the district acts now to codify its existence with deliberate and intentional contract language. I've made it my mission since joining CVA to help grow this program into the solutions-oriented option necessary for the district to grow and for it to provide an option for students who don't fit the normal model of education. Unfortunately, through almost 30 months of direct employment and with over a year at the bargaining table, I was told that the district has no interest in negotiating CVA language into the contract. I worry that this is an egregious oversight because it gives the district no direct leverage to access the benefits of what CVA can provide and exposes CVA to the potential micromanaging of those who don't understand the potential and effective use of an online program. So I take this time today to encourage you, again, to communicate with the district's bargaining team to reconsider the value of CVA and implore them to reopen negotiations on this issue. Because without CVA, over a quarter of our district's graduates last year would have not been able to do so without our help. And that is with just us scratching the surface of our ultimate potential. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Communicating and that within the 3 minutes that you were allocated. Appreciate it very much. Our next individual, please.
Certainly. The next individual is Catherine Baer.
Oh, who's here? Thank you. Please.
Okay. Dear elected school board members of the Centennial School District, increased ICE activity in our community is heavily impacting CSD families. We see and are hearing from community partners that the lack of clear and transparent action from our school district leadership is unacceptable. As a result, on December 2nd, we, CEA, circulated the letter that I passed out earlier. We now have over 200 signatures to this letter from CEA and OSEA members, concerned parents and family, alumni, and community members. Out of respect for their privacy, we are not sharing the list of signers. Please read the letter and take immediate action to make CSD schools safer for our most vulnerable students and families. My name is Catherine Baer, and I have been an English language development teacher in Centennial for the past 4 years. I currently teach at Park Lane Elementary and have also worked at Patrick Lynch. I am here tonight because my students and families are under attack, and our district is not doing enough to protect them. Before this school year even began, one of my students was already without a parent because their caregiver had been detained by ICE. In just the last month, 3 more students have experienced the trauma of having their caregivers taken away. Families message me almost weekly saying they are too afraid to send their child to school or even walk them to the bus stop because ICE has been in their neighborhood. Yesterday, the district stated district leadership has not received any verified reports of immigration enforcement occurring on or adjacent to our school campuses. That is incredibly disheartening because I know for a fact that ICE has been present at our school and within minutes of our campus, and I find it concerning that the district doesn't. There have been detention just steps away from our front door. Because the district has not stepped up, our staff has. CE members organized a walking school bus so parents don't risk being detained just trying to get their kids to school. Both certified and classified staff across the district have created whistle kits, provided food boxes, shared resources, and checked on families, all on their own time. As educators, we put our hearts into our students, and it is devastating to see children as young as 5 carrying the fear that their parents might disappear. One family in our community returned to Mexico last week after a father was detained on his way to work. The mother, suddenly alone with 4 children, reached out to me because she had no money or food and was too afraid to leave her home. Last year, I remember a 5th grade student crying after the election because she feared her parents would be taken. This November, that fear became real when her father was detained. Our children should worry about homework, not whether they'll come home to an empty house. That is why I'm asking you to act. First, the district must provide meaningful training for all staff, including bus drivers, with organizations experienced in immigration response like PERC. Talking about protocol is not enough. Staff need real preparation to protect and support families. Second, families need district-led workshops, know your rights trainings, what to do if someone is detained, and how to stay safe when ICE is nearby. Finally, families need real support, including emergency resources when income disappears overnight. In closing, our community is in crisis. Silence is not neutrality, it is harm. When we fail to act, we tell immigrant families they are not truly safe here. You have the power to make Centennial a place of safety through action, not just statements. Thank you. Restart the time.
Good evening. I'll preface my statement by saying both Catherine and I, as well as several other licensed staff members, are willing to meet with any board member to discuss plans, with any cabinet member to discuss ideas for how we can move forward. My name is Erin Blooming, and I'm an ELD teacher at Patrick Lynch. I'm here tonight because our community is in crisis, and it deserves to be acknowledged with honesty, compassion, and real action. In the last few months, this crisis has shown up in our classrooms in ways that some of you might not see every day. If you do not engage with students or community members daily, you might not realize how serious this has become. As an ELD teacher, I do see this, and I have seen the impact firsthand. I have seen students whose parents lose their parents or caregivers and the income their families depended on. I have seen students cry in my room during recess as they recount running and hiding in strangers' homes or sharing that fear that someone else they love will be taken. I have seen children arrive shaken after masked, armed men raided their apartments and stood outside their bedroom windows. And I have seen students stop coming to school entirely because their families are too afraid to leave home. In moments like these, families look to you, their district leadership, for clarity and reassurance. And right now, the response has not been enough. A training on the standard response protocol sent by email is not enough. Links posted on the district website are not enough. General statements about safety are not enough. Our families deserve more than symbolic actions. They deserve support that makes a real difference in their daily lives. The board's proclamation reaffirming support of each district student and family lays out powerful commitments that you will do everything in your power to protect, defend, and keep safe the children in our care, and that the physical safety and emotional well-being of all children is a priority, and that you will lift up and empower immigrant, refugee, and undocumented families. Tonight, I'm asking you to reflect on those commitments. How have you lifted up and empowered immigrant students since this crisis began? How are you protecting the children in your care right now as federal agent activity increases? How are the values in your proclamation being put into practice when families need them most? I am urging you, along with CEA membership and the hundreds of community members who have signed our letter, to take these suggestions seriously and act on them in meaningful and intentional ways. We are asking for actions that truly support families, not box checking or symbolic steps, but real measures that address what this community is living through. I am confident that Centennial leadership believes deeply in its commitments to this community, and I believe you can rise to this moment. Our families are counting on you. Thank you.
Thank you. Missy? Others?
The next one is Clarissa. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but I'll go ahead and transfer her over. She is actually online.
Thank you.
Apparently, she sent an email saying that at this time she would speak at a different meeting, so she's forfeiting her time. Next individual is Drew Rosa.
No, I think we're just, Drew, you might be it. Make it good.
Good evening, Chair, Directors, and Superintendent. First, I want to express my appreciation to David Lynn for taking the time to attend the East County Educator Roundup table event. His willingness to sit with educators across East County and truly listen made a great deal. Thank you, David, for showing up for educators and engaging directly in the realities they face. I also want to clarify a point from my last report. I had previously stated that the district had only moved 1 percentage point on COLA. That figure referred specifically to year one and not overall, and the actual movement was closer to 1.75. As you saw earlier, that offer has increased since then, but I wanted to ensure the accuracy on record. As you know, we have called for mediation. We made this decision because we remain too far apart on the two issues that matter most for student learning conditions and educator sustainability, COLA and class size. In our last bargain, educators took a significant loss on COLA in exchange for classroom language. That ultimately did not deliver meaningful relief. We cannot and will not make that trade again. Both are essential, and both must move. Right now, Centennial ranks 12th out of the Metro 14. Compensation while holding the second highest ending fund balance in a state where education is already deeply underfunded. We cannot mirror that underinvestment here. Our students and families deserve better. I also want to speak to the structure of tonight's agenda. I am still here after the board moved public comment to the very end of the session. A shift that felt intentional and has caused real frustration among educators and community members, especially on the heels of removing our long-standing CEA report from our regular agenda. In the lobby, I spoke with a parent who was genuinely upset because she felt like the board no longer values its community. I do want to thank Director Lynn for advocating out of courtesy to reconsider that placement. We cannot build community when community voices are not centered. Lastly, I want to acknowledge concerns around ICE activity in our district. Our families are scared. CEA is committed to strengthening our community and ensuring every family knows that we see them. When we care about them, we will stand with them. Thank you for your time, and thank you for standing and with and for educators, respectfully.
Thank you. All right, board members, we are, do we have any, do we have, we're already at the 10 o'clock hour. How many do you have? There's several. We'll call it. It's 10 p.m. We're going to call public forum down, and we are going to move on the agenda. Board members, I would like you to consider the following. We have, would you refer to your agenda, please, on the 8.1.2 award of Centennial High School alarm replacement. Assuming you have read the board note, I'd like to move that that item be included in our consent confirmation items. Do I have a motion to move it to confirmation items? All right, if I don't have a motion, then we'll calculate that into the extension of the meeting. All right, also on 8.2.1, Student Success Act and Student Investment Account Grant Agreement. There's two, you had a board, extensive board note on, so we can move that to the confirmation items with a motion.
Chair, before we do that, direct,
Excuse me, Director Olson is saying nope.
No.
Nope, okay, then we will be able to continue
Thanks, sorry.
that. Thank you. We were trying to figure out how we might be able to do that. And then, of course, board members, you were the ones that decided that we would continue on with the budget committee interview process for tonight's meeting. That is next on, well, no, sorry. We do have the confirmation items, so I need a motion to confirm these confirmation items as presented.
I move that we confirm the confirmation items.
Thank you. I need a second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to move forward on the confirmation items as presented. All those in favor indicate by saying aye and a thumbs up.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That's been done. All right, it's 10:02. Board members, we are now moving to the interviews of our budget committee.
We need to make a motion to extend.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, we have four applicants that we need to afford at least a few minutes. You do have copies, I believe, of their, you do, everyone has copies? Good, thank you. Of their applications. So we're going to go ahead and go through that list. The questions I'm gonna have our budget chair ask the questions, so that'll keep us moving a little bit closer to time. So, extension, we can't do it in 15 minutes. We're gonna have to go for an
30.
extension until 10:30. Is that good?
So moved.
So moved. We have a motion to moving the meeting till 10:30 and a second.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded to extend the meeting until 10:30. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Is there anything else I have to do? Okay, just checking in. So, board members, per instructions from OSBA, since this is an official board action, we must have 4 affirmative votes to appoint. We will do this by paper ballot. If any one individual receives 4 votes, then that individual will be moved forward and not be on the next ballot. We will continue this process until we have 3 individuals with 4 affirmative votes. If one or more individuals does not acquire the 4 necessary votes, we will ballot 2 additional times. If that does not yield a 4 affirmative vote, then the board may deliberate or we may postpone the filling of the position or positions until January, when the entire board is scheduled to be in attendance. Budget Chair Jess Harden will read the 3 published questions to the applicants to respond. Each applicant will be given up to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. I'm just gonna allow them to, with some kind of flexibility. Okay, yeah, no more than 5. We can't do it within the time that we've extended to ourselves. After each applicant has had the chance to respond, we will commence with balloting. So, if, Missy, could you let all 4 people, they do have the opportunity to come, but we also told them they could also be here via Zoom. So if they are there, if you could put them in with us.
Would you like me to do one at a time?
No, bring them all in.
You want them all in?
Yeah. I'm just trying to expedite our time a little bit. We have copies of the board questions. I know, did you guys all get some too? Okay, good. I'm double checking. Great. So we have, board questions. I see Rudy, I see Rudd. I see, I'm looking for, okay, if she does come in, would you mind, while we're getting ourselves organized, to go ahead and text her and see if she's able to come in on that? Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Let's go ahead and, participants will keep themselves muted during the process, unmute your, I'm sorry, I'm losing it. You will unmute your mic when requested. Our budget chair, Jess Harden, will be asking you 3 questions. Those 3 questions were published, and so you have those available to you. But they're going to be repeated. We are, because of the lateness of the hour, asking for 3 to 5 minutes. We'll do a 3-minute warning and a 5-minute cutoff in terms of the responses. So let's start. Rudy, I can see you on camera, so let's start with you. If you could go ahead and unmute yourself, and I'm going to send it over to Budget Chair Harden.
Hi, Rudy. Thank you for your patience tonight. Thank you for your interest in joining the Centennial Budget Committee. Question number 1. Briefly, please tell us a little bit about yourself. In your response, please highlight your engagement with Centennial Schools.
Thank you, Director Harden. My name is Rudy Watzig, and my family is deeply rooted in the Centennial community. I have 3 sons in the district, one at Patrick, one at Oliver, and one at the high school. So I'm closely connected to the day-to-day experience of Centennial families. I also serve as the Vice President of the Centennial Youth Football Association, where I work directly with families, district staff, and community parents. Over the past few years, I've helped stabilize and grow the program and rebuild engagement, which has given me a strong understanding of the needs and challenges facing our students and families. Professionally, I'm the IT infrastructure architect for the Oregon Department of State Lands. My work is highly technical and involves designing and maintaining large-scale IT systems that serve the entire agency. I regularly make my decisions based on budget constraints, cost-benefit analysis, and the long-term impact of technical investments. Overall, I'm very committed to this community, and I want to contribute my technical problem-solving, analytical mindset, and collaborative approach to Centennial's financial planning.
Great. Thank you very much. Question number 2. Does your schedule permit you to attend the Budget Committee meetings shown in the budget calendar?
Yes, it does. I've looked at the dates, and all dates work with my schedule.
Thank you. And 3rd question, do you have particular areas of interest that could be useful on the Budget Committee?
Sure. Thank you for the question. I'm particularly interested in long-term financial sustainability, especially how enrollment trends, staffing needs, and state funding formulas impact our district over time. I'm interested in supporting programs that build engagement, such as athletics, extracurriculars, and community-based activities that help attract and retain families in Centennial. And I'm also interested in data-driven decision-making. My professional background is rooted in analysis, forecasting, and prioritizing resources. So I'm comfortable reviewing complex information, asking clarifying questions, and helping transform data into actionable items.
Very good. Thank you very much, Rudy.
Thank you.
we will be letting you know how the vote goes.
Thank you. So, it's, we're not here. Um, Ms. Allen, and I apologize, I would love for you to pronounce your name so that I can do a better job of making sure that you are referred to appropriately. So if you would unmute yourself and introduce yourself. And again, Budget Chair Hardin will be asking you 3 separate questions for your response. There you are, Lisa Lee.
Good evening, everyone. I've been on a kind of emotional roller coaster ride with this meeting, but I'm here.
Thank you. And just to make sure I'm pronouncing it right, it's Sequoia?
Yes, it is Sequoia.
All right. Thank you, Sequoia. Thank you for your patience tonight, and thank you for your interest in being on the Centennial Budget Committee.
Thank you, and thank you all. I appreciate it.
And we'll start with the questions. Question number 1. Briefly tell us a little bit about yourself. In your response, please highlight your engagement with Centennial Schools.
Hi, my name is Sequoia. I have grandkids and kids in this district. A few at Powell Butte Elementary and a couple at Centennial High School. I am technically right now a PTC member at Powell Butte, a PTO member at Oliver. I'm also on the equity committee for the district. And I have participated with Rudy on the football, Centennial Youth Football last year. How I'm literally ingrained in this district is I volunteer, I go to field trips, I help with book fairs, I help with teacher appreciation dinners, I talk to parents, I talk to students, I help with the concessions at Oliver, even though my kids don't go there. Basically, I step in where there's a need.
Great. Thank you so much. Question number 2. Does your schedule permit you to attend the budget committee meetings shown in the budget calendar?
Yes, I am available, and I'm willing to rearrange my schedule if need be.
Great. Thank you very much. And question number 3. Do you have a particular area of interest that could be useful on the budget committee?
Yes. What I would bring to the committee is the knowledge that the parents, teacher, and students and the staff, what is lacking, what is missing, and what the needs are, because I am involved at the ground level. I also can bring knowledge of balance, overhead, loss, and marketing because I own my own business. I also can help the community understand what some people don't. What I've learned in this district is a lot of people have lack of knowledge. And that's either because they don't want to know, or they don't even know how to go about learning. And I could build that bridge for them. What I do know about the budgeting committee is they're responsible for regulations. They're responsible for previewing the proposals, like the purchasing, the the roads, the water systems. I know they're in charge of making sure the numbers work and make sense. And I live down here. I hear all what's going on. I see the effects that most don't. So I can relate. So that's why I would be a good candidate.
Great. Thank you so much, Sequoia. Appreciate your time and patience.
Thank you.
And we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
You too.
Mr. Batcher, if you want to turn on your video and or unmute yourself.
Video.
All right.
There we are.
Director Hardin will be asking 3 questions. You have 3 minutes, but no more than 5. We're trying to ask for flexibility on that schedule. Director Hardin will be commencing with the questions.
Hello. Thank you, Rod, for your time tonight and your patience. And thank you for your interest in being on the Budget Committee. First question. Briefly tell us a little bit about yourself. In your response, please highlight your engagement with Centennial Schools.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you again. And I guess I'd first say that I'm a lifelong Centennial student for grades 1 through 12. My kids were all 3 Centennial students. 4 of my grandkids are, 2 of them are in school and graduated, or out of school and graduated, and 2 of them are in school, doing quite well. The school has helped a lot with them, just as I had said in my notes to you in the why am I interested in serving on the Budget Committee, because it's helped me personally so much grow into the person that I am, whatever that is. Whatever you see, I think I've grown because of Centennial School. My engagement with Centennial Schools, I think, is more of a, I'll tell you what I do, or what I've done. I've been the research chair of the 1999-2000 Bond Success, which we built up the interior of the Centennial High School hallways. I was, and a research chair means I was up till 3 in the morning converting responses to telephone inquiries. I've been on the Long Range Facility Planning Committee working on the 2016 bond failure, as well as the long-term range facilities planning for the 2020 bond work. I worked on the bond committee, which is getting the ready for the bond in the 2020. I've walked the district. I walked, I won't say it, over 70 miles in the district. I ran and talked with, ran into people that I had graduated with. I have walked in with all sorts of people because I chose to be in the more diverse population centers of the school district to find out what they had to say, because I was not educated on what it is that their concerns really are. So I did that, and then we passed the bond. The 2016 bond was a loss at 57 to 43%, and the 2020 was a win of 53% versus 47% no. So I think that I've worked hard enough in that to make a difference in the district. And I think I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you. Question number 2. Does your schedule permit you to attend the Budget Committee meetings shown in the budget calendar?
My personal Budget Committee meetings take precedence over other things that I have on a calendar. I'm always a person who makes more meetings. I was on the school board before. I had over 500 meetings that I attended. I only missed 3 in 29 years. So I come to meetings. I like meetings. People think I'm crazy a little bit, but I do like meetings. I guess that's enough.
All right, thank you. Question number 3. Do you have particular areas of interest that could be useful on the budget committee?
One of the things that I've found in the 2020 campaign was that having the budget committee knowledge going into this allowed me to be more conversant with the people on whatever their level is. Highly educated, not highly educated, just a wide range of people. I would stay there and talk with them until we made some progress to where they needed to find a yes vote for it at that point. So I have I equate being on the budget committee with having a successful bond passing. So it was so much easier with that information to work with it. So I would have anybody who makes the budget committee think about kind of using that talent in being able to be a precinct walker, because they'll be much better prepared for meeting people. That's all.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And we'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the opportunity to hear you answer the questions. And we have 4 applicants. We will still consider Ms. Jensen as, because we do have her application in writing, even though she wasn't able to continue today. Our administrative assistant, Missy, has prepared the ballots for the vote, and those will be distributed and then picked up. Again, we have 3 positions open, and we need 4 affirmative votes as a formal board action for us to be able to move forward. So if somebody wants to help Missy with the ballots.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Thank you.
No, I'm
You're
abstaining.
abstained?
Yeah.
Everybody else get one? David, you got one?
Yeah, those are just in case we need to reballot.
Okay.
Can you fold it and then somebody collect, or trust that we will pass them down appropriately, however you would like to work that out, please? And Missy is handling this, so I'm just handing it back to you, dear. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll get our workouts.
Well, April, while Missy is doing tallying and those kind of good things, I'm gonna put you in front, because we have to have your, apparently, we have to have the approval. And is this, like, we have to have it in a timely face, and like, this is the meeting to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. We will extend the meeting as appropriate, as needed, but we will still keep up with the balloting, correct?
Yes, it should take a minute.
Oh, well, that is good news.
Yes. So, good evening. Per the Oregon Department of Education, the Student Investment Account Grant Agreement is required to be presented to and approved by the governing board at an open meeting with the opportunity for public comment. It cannot be a consent agenda item. The total allocation for the 25-26 school year from the student investment account to the district is $5.8 million. 1.5 million of that for Q1 was made available under a prior grant agreement. So the balance of 4.3 is included in the grant agreement we are looking at. Additionally, it includes an estimated projection for quarter one of the 2027-29 biennium for a total of $11.98 million across this biennium, the balance of this biennium and Q1 of next biennium. In the grant agreement, which is included in your board packet, you'll see that disbursement schedule. You'll also see reporting requirements and co-developed longitudinal performance growth targets. You may remember that on September 10th meeting, I came and presented the annual report for integrated programs, which is inclusive of the student investment account. The student investment account is to, per the Student Success Act, is to be spent on items related to meeting mental health, behavioral health needs, increasing academic achievement, and decreasing academic disparities. It is recommended that the board approve the student investment account grant agreement as provided.
Thank you so much for that presentation. Board members, questions, Director Newman,
No questions.
Director Selesky? Director Harden,
Nope, it looked pretty straightforward to me.
Director Lynn.
No questions.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the Student Success Act and Student Investment Account Grant Agreement as presented.
I move that we approve the Student Success Act and Student Investment Account Grant Agreement.
Second.
As presented.
And a motion and a second for that. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none. Thank you so much for,
Thank you, and I should have mentioned earlier, but I verified with Missy that none of the people who did not have an opportunity to give public comment tonight wanted to give public comment on the SIA.
thank you. Much appreciated. Okay, Missy, would you go ahead with the first ballot reading? And then we'll get Director Southerton up and ready.
Certainly. So there was a unanimous vote for Sequoia Allen with 4 votes. So all directors, including the abstention from Chair Shields. And there was also a unanimous vote for Rudy Watzig, so with 4 votes as well.
Okay.
There were 2 votes for Rod Betcher and 2 votes for Myrna Jensen. So we will need to reballot that.
Thank you. All right, so, board members, take your next ballot, please. You will cross off Sequoia Allen, and you'll cross off Rudy Watzig, and put your name on a separate ballot, and it's not a vote for 3, it's a vote for 1, sorry. 1 of the 2, got it.
So it's either Rod or Myrna.
Right, yes, thank you for the clarification, I appreciate that. And while you guys are doing that, well, we tried, but they didn't want it there. So, you are now doing a presentation.
Actually, so it's 10:30 and we need to vote to extend it.
Okay,
What happens if we don't all agree to extend it?
well, we are gonna complete the vote process. I am gonna ask for the extension, because that seems weird to just keep that in the middle of stuff.
Yep.
Okay, do you have, is this a timely thing and it really has to be done? Then it is. So, board members, with that knowledge, do we have all the ballots in?
Yes.
And this is the second ballot, right?
I have not tabulated them yet.
Okay,
I'd move to extend for 5 more minutes.
thank you, appreciate it. Any objection to the move for about 5 more minutes?
Aye.
We're good, okay, great. Let's go. Director Southerton.
Great. So the administration is recommending approval and award of the replacement of the Centennial High School fire alarm system to J.H. Kelly LLC for $435,000. The district previously engaged the Facilities Planning Update Committee and this board and the Bond Oversight Committee once we've completed all the promises and all the work of the 2020 capital bond and got feedback on what additional projects could be done with unspent contingency funds. And so the community committee, the oversight committee, this board, and the folks that reconvened from the Long Range Facilities Planning Committee created 7 projects, 6 of which were prioritized. We weren't sure we were going to be able to do all 7. This is now the 7th that we're able to do. So maintaining and keeping all promises made in the original ballot, 6 extra projects, and now a bonus 7th project with the remaining funds of the bond. So with that in mind, we bid out this project. We got robust participation. We received many bids, and we had the low bidder of J.H. Kelly for $435,000. Work to concur concurrently with the existing alarm in place and then the new alarm being installed prior to the June 30th end of the fiscal year, which is why this is timely to get it approved. It's recommended that the Board of Directors approves and awards to J.H. Kelly LLC the replacement of the fire alarm system at Centennial High School for a price of $435,000, and I welcome any questions you may have.
This was not put in confirmation, so somebody must have a question. Mr. Newman, Director Newman,
No question.
Director Selesky, Director Harden.
No question. Want to appreciate that it's below the line, optional, and we're still able to get it done.
Incredible. Director Lynn, no question? Okay, well, all right. I need a motion to approve the award for the fire alarm replacement as presented in the workbook. Come on,
So moved.
so moved, and a second?
Second.
Second. Feels like it's an auctioneer. All right, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing no opposed, motion has passed and carried, and we're good.
Thank you.
Back to Missy, on ballot numbers, the second ballot.
Yes, the second vote, there were 3 for Rod Butcher and 1 for Myrna Jensen. So
Thank
there is
you.
not a unanimous vote.
That's not unanimous. Board members, we go one more time. So take your ballots, please. The express there. Oh, do you have anything you have to talk about quickly? You send it? Okay, yeah, because we've got 2 more minutes, and unless we ask a motion to extend again. Okay. Oh, Lord. Ready? Thank you. Go ahead.
Great, so after the third vote, it looks like it's unanimous that Rod Butcher will be selected for the Budget Committee.
Thank you so much,
been
everyone,
selected.
for your participation in that. We have 2 minutes based on the extension of Director Lynn. So we can read into the record future agenda items, please, and then call for consent.
All right, we have our first of, I believe, 5 school reports this year. We decided to split those into 2 years, so we're going to have Butler Creek School Report, and then we have the Budget Committee work session, and so that starts at a different time. Is that right, Director Southerton? 6 p.m., so be aware of that, 30 minutes before normal start time. Legislative update with Government Affairs Administrator Lisa Merrick, as I mentioned before. The Roadmap 27 first trimester report, we can determine with board leadership whether that should be at the 1st or 2nd January meeting, potentially a couple of policies.
Okay, you're good. Oh, okay. Oops.
Can we be sure to allow extra time for public forum the next time we have a meeting? To allow anyone that may have been missed the opportunity tonight due to time
Yep.
constraints?
What we can consider is when we have people available to be able to, that was our constraint tonight, is the availability of people who needed to be involved. What we could consider, and board members, certainly you can weigh in on this, maybe a willingness to start at an earlier time, because now we start into budget season, which means we start at an earlier time to have our budget meetings as well. So we'll have to try to balance all of that. And it would be nice if we could find your willingness to maybe even come in earlier while we're in the bargaining phase of life. So, all right, then hearing, and anything else? Sorry. All right, we are adjourned. Oh, hey, Director Lynn, 10:35. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. You've been